Well, hello, everybody. In the words of the great poets that make up the band Stained, it's been a while. So I hope everybody's doing well. February is about over, thankfully. And thanks for hopping in this month on Christmas Clatter. I know these episodes are spread out a little bit more than what we're used to, but hang on tight because it won't be long. We'll be here a lot more often and a lot more regular. I've enjoyed getting these spaced out. But before I, get too deep into the woods, I just want to thank everybody for hopping in here today for this episode. I was kind of lost. Well, I'll tell you what. Before I just start yakking and then have to repeat it all for you guys that's watching the live recording of this, let me go ahead and get through the. I was going to say, there. Now, this is the only information you get when you watch the live recording of Christmas Clatter. I've been struggling with the word preliminary for some reason. I don't know why. Never struggled with it before in my life, but for some reason the past week or so, I just cannot get it out correctly. So I about went there and I just felt like this speed bump on my tongue. It was like I was going to screw that up. But for those that haven't been here before, this is a live recording of the Christmas Clatter podcast. I'll say hi to everybody real quick, and then I'll do another introduction, go through the podcast, and then stick around because when you think the show's over, it's really not over for you guys in the chat. So, but so I just want to thank everybody for hopping in here. Art, Alex, it's good to see you guys. Mikey, my friend, thanks for being here. Arnie, Doug, thank you, guys. I know you guys stay busy every week with your streams over there. Ashley, thanks for hopping in. She's new to the podcasting. There, go check her out on Instagram. Dan, thank you. Yeah, let me get my comments up here. Yeah, Doug's disappointed the tree's gone. The tree is gone. Let me get this right here, guys. The tree is gone, but it's probably a temporary gone. Because I wanted to switch out trees. I had a tree up there that I didn't care for. It was a pre-lit tree that some of the strands had gone out and they were like in the back of the tree. And I had already once went through the process of basically de-lighting a pre-lit tree. And I'm not going to do that again. That was really ridiculous. And so I was going to switch it out. Well, I had the tree that I did take the lights off that was pre-lit. I put in there because I liked the way it looked better. But the way it was made, it was like sucking in all the lights like a sponge because it had these real hard plastic needles on the outside, but the soft ones on the inside. So it's like I couldn't get enough lights on the thing to even make it look like there were any lights on there. And I got those vintage C7s that you probably maybe saw on social media. And I had to carefully place those on there because if they were on the outside touching those harder plastic needles, they would melt those needles. And then in an effort to get enough lights on there, I started blowing Christmas light fuses like crazy. And I spent all day yesterday trying to get it to work and to look good. And I gave up on it last night and went upstairs, was talking to my wife, Holly, and I said, you know what? I was pulling it down. I'm just going to kind of do what I can for now. And it's a problem for another day. So expect a tree to come back. I'm not sure when, but there will be a tree coming back. So yeah, Dan agrees. I know a lot of people like the tree, and that was some of my angst of not having one, but we'll figure something out. I'm thinking about putting a little bit smaller tree in because that one, the one that was in there took up all the room over to the Santa Claus picture. And I kind of like having a little extra wall space for like my John Denver and the Muppets poster there and my bookshelf and things. So we'll see. We'll figure something out. How, and all that. So, hey, Ken, thanks for hopping in, man. I appreciate it so much. And there, speaking of Holly, my wife, she's in here doing a little monitoring with Ken and Alex, just in case we get those crazies in here. So it looks like everybody's saying hi. My wife likes it. She thinks it looks good. Just because I'm sitting in it, probably. But that's beside the fact. So, yeah. Yeah, that's I had forgotten how hot those C7s get. And I was blowing fuses in the lights, and then I have one of those foot pedal on-off switches that have the fuse. I was blowing them in that too, and it was crazy. I will find a way to incorporate a few of those in here, one way or the other. So, yeah. I lit my backyard in those C7s. The next day, a bunch of them blew. Yeah, they look great, but they are a lot of maintenance. That's for sure. Yeah. Thanks for the that Muppets poster was a find. There was a local record store going out of business, and they had like a whole crate of Christmas albums, and they're like, "Hey, do you want them?" Because I was their mailman, and they knew I love Christmas albums. I'm like, "Sure, I'll take them," and like $30 for all of them. There probably had maybe 50 albums in there, and I already had a copy of John Denver and the Muppets, but this one had a copy of it as well, and it was in much better shape and still had the poster folded up inside. And I left it in there for a long time. Like, I don't want to pull the poster out. And then, after thinking about it and talking it over with a few people here and there, I was like, you know what, that poster's not doing anybody any good sitting in that sleeve. So, got it out, put a frame around it and hung it. So, and, I like it. I like it a lot. So, but, yeah, guys, thanks for hopping in here. And like I said before, I'll go ahead and start the podcast. I will be more involved with the chat this episode. Some episodes I kind of have to let the chat roll along without paying much attention to it. But this one, you guys are going to be instrumental in giving me someone to talk to instead of me just kind of standing here trying to think of it all by myself. So I'll get a quick drink and we'll start the podcast then. Before I start, Ashley, I know you got your podcast, and forgive me, I forgot the name of it, and I didn't want to look it up. If you just want to put the name up in the comments so everybody knows where to find it, I'd appreciate that. So, all right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Christmas Clatter. It has been a while, been a month, and we are on this slow progression to Christmas. I've appreciated you guys giving me some time off, allowing me to have some time off to kind of do some other things and breaking these episodes into month to month. And we'll do one in March and at least one in April, and then we'll start picking up a little bit more because Hallmark Dream books come out in April, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see them. I know there's some stuff on there. So, yeah. But thanks for being here. We are going to talk about ChatGPT. I was like, like a week or two ago, I was like, I'd have no idea what I was going to do this episode on. And I was just kind of rolling through, and then it's like my YouTube feed's been inundated with ChatGPT stuff and like Midjourney and all these AI things. So it kind of hit me one day. It's like, well, what about Christmas? GPT, and yeah, so we're just going to take a look at that and see what ChatGPT has to say about a few things Christmas. So I know for those listening to the podcast, the live stream was the day before. Be nice if you guys could join us. I know, but schedules sometimes keep from it. So this episode, I will be chatting with people in the live chat. That kind of thing waffles back and forth. depending on the episode. But as we go through, and we're going to ask and see if ChatGPT is actually ChristmasGPT Advent Intelligence. All right, I got my screen share up here. So for those that are listening to the podcast, you are not going to be able to see my screen, my computer screen here, but only the state-of-the-art technology here at Christmas Clatter. And for those that don't know what ChatGPT is, they call it an AI. It's from OpenAI. If you go to, just Google OpenAI, go there, you make an account with your Gmail and it's a chat bot. You just kind of type whatever you want to in it to get a response. Make lists. It can write short form things for you. I guess technically it's an artificial intelligence, but it's really more of it can surf Google really fast and give you the answers and without you having to scroll through a whole bunch of stuff, because, kind of the way you do some research is, you Google what is just fill in the blank, and you scroll through this, past the sponsored listings on the Google search. You find the article, you click it, you scroll through it, you get like a sentence maybe you need, click out of it, continue where you left off, scroll down, find another article, maybe get a little bit more, and you kind of rinse and repeat that pattern until you have everything you need. Where as GPT, you can just go there, say, ask what you need, and then it just does all that for you. Sometimes in the blink of an eye, but sometimes it's a little slower depending on, how many people are using it. However, just make sure you double check the answers. It's not perfect. It is a lot of fun. If you kind of hit a creative block, it's good for that, because you can kind of go there and search out some different ideas, stuff maybe you didn't think of. I used it for this video's description, because those little short descriptions, I just don't like typing those things out. And that's why a lot of times they're just kind of, kind of ham and egger, if you will, and things. And it just, so I kind of had it type it out. I kind of rearranged it a little bit and saved me a lot of time. So, so it's kind of cool. I've been playing on Discord with the Midjourney. That's the one that draws the pictures and stuff. And it's pretty cool, but that one, you really have to get into like the commands and stuff to make it do, what you want. Whereas ChatGPT's just, it's a little user friendly. The only thing that has to get used to, you have to hit Command or Control Enter to get it to answer you. So, but let's go ahead and get started here with our first question. I have a few questions here, nothing too crazy. You don't want to blow up my computer here. And yes, this is the actual computer I'm streaming with tonight. I can't say that with a straight face, but so I wanted to ask ChatGPT, and I asked all these questions to ChatGPT already and copied the answers, because I didn't want to get on here and share the screen, and then if there's a lot of people on, have to wait for the answers or get an error code and then have to go back, but I did not edit these in any way. It's other than the font and the size. The wording is exactly what I put in and what ChatGPT came back to me. And so let's start off with an easy one. What's the best Christmas meal? There could be lots of answers, to this. Should be pretty straightforward. And if this is a little small, I'll just read it off here to you guys. It says the best Christmas meal is subjective and depends on personal preference. Some popular options include classic roast turkey with stuffing, mashed potatoes and vegetables, honey glazed ham, Christmas pudding, mince pies, roast beef, and nut roast. Other popular dishes include eggnog, mulled wine, cranberry sauce, and Christmas cookies. Well, I like all those things as far as I know. I haven't met anything on there I haven't liked yet. I could dig it, Pretty good answer. A little political. That's one thing about GPT. It will not, unless you command it to give one side of an argument or the other, it's not going to take a definite side. It's not going to pick a definite answer on a debatable question. Ken, I agree. It's, I don't know. Do I call it dressing or stuffing? I think I just interchange it. I don't know. I'll have to ask Holly that. I haven't paid attention. I think I just use them interchangeably, and I really don't care which one you give me. I like both just fine. But yeah, it just kind of listed all the traditional foods here for the best Christmas dinner. If I went to your house or you came to my house and this was all the foods I had, I think everybody would be happy. So, Dwayne, thanks, bub. I saw that you had a IT 911 situation. So thanks for staying in touch with us here, man. I appreciate it. So, but yeah, so far so good on the on ChatGPT, Christmas GPT. So let's get into a question that's a little bit more hotly debated. It's one I get tired of talking about, but seems like other people don't. And is Die Hard a Christmas movie? This is one that had, and if you can't read this, I'll read it. I know it's a little small, just a small little computer screen I have here. And it says this is a controversial question. I don't know how controversial it is. I don't know why, controversial seems a little bit strong. I don't see, when I think of a controversial question, I think of a question that people are willing to get in a fist fight over. I just don't know anybody willing to get in a fist fight over this question. But as some people consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie, while others do not. However, it is worth noting that the film takes place on Christmas Eve and features a Christmas carol in its soundtrack, as well as other Christmas songs. So arguably it's a Christmas movie in some sense. Ultimately, it's whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie is up to the individual opinion. Well, he gave definitely all answers for, but 0 answers on why not. So ChatGPT has agreed that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And if you don't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie when Skynet takes over, I feel sorry for you. That's all I can say. But we've talked about Die Hard ad nauseum. It's a Christmas movie. ChatGPT thinks so. Apparently, a lot of people on the internet think so because it just kind of regurgitates all those answers. So now let's get into these questions that are bound to get some people fired up, and see what ChatGPT has to say. What are the top 10 Christmas movies? This list, for some reason, really surprised me. And then again, I thought if someone listed this as their top 10 Christmas movies, I would have no argument about it at all. So they're going to be a little up here. So, but yeah, its number one movie, Christmas movie, is It's a Wonderful Life, followed by the 1947 Miracle on 34th Street, Home Alone, A Christmas Story, Elf, the 2018 Grinch, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Polar Express, How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000, and then White Christmas. I can't disagree with this very much. I'm not a fan of the 2000 How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I know it's beloved by very, very many people. Not on my list. But if someone made this their list, I would be perfectly happy with it. I know the 2018 Grinch has really won the hearts of a lot of people, and it's fine. I don't know if it makes my top 10. Not sure if Polar Express makes my top 10 either. So those three, I can take them or leave them. I'd definitely put Arthur Christmas in my top 10 over any of those. White Christmas, I'm not sure if that'd make my top 10 either. I'll need to tackle the top 10 Christmas movies, yeah, but yeah. Well, CJ, this is the stuff right here that this is stuff right here that just people could get controversial about. No, I understand. A lot of people don't think it's a Wonderful Life Christmas movie, but it's okay. They can be wrong if they want to, but It's a Wonderful Life definitely is the number one Christmas movie. So yeah, Polar Express is fine. That's all I can say. It's fine. I like it. It's good to watch like around Christmas. I think I watched it a lot. My oldest boy, when he was little, he's born 2004. So that movie on DVD was like big deal when he was 3-4 years old. So it got spun year round all the time. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, Mikey. It's just for some reason the list kind of was surprising, but like I said, if someone gave this to me, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. That's a good list. And so, yeah. Arnie loves a White Christmas. I like it quite a bit too. I just don't know if it makes my top 10. I tackled the songs a lot this past Christmas season. So this upcoming Christmas, I'm not going to do it now. I'll wait till we get closer to Christmas time. I need to probably tackle my top 10 Christmas movies and then do a top 10 Christmas movies by the number kind of thing, like I did with the songs. I need to write that down so I don't forget, but yeah, I'll definitely do that. And for those that are just listening, the list again is number 1, Wonderful Life. Number 2, the 1947 Miracle on 34th Street. Home Alone, A Christmas Story, Elf. 2018, The Grinch. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The Polar Express, How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000, and White Christmas. So, yeah, not so bad. Not so bad. It's just an AI. So, Sean says, glad to see Die Hard's not in the top 10. Well, the way it kind of, rooted for Die Hard to be a Christmas movie, that's a possibility. Yeah. Yeah, at least they're classics. It's missing Santa Claus, but I don't even know if the Santa Claus would make my top 10. I'd have it. I need to write them down. I need to do that. So I guess this Christmas will be a Christmas movie Christmas, I guess. So I'll have to go into those. So I haven't seen Ben, Arnie, Doug. I haven't seen Ben in here yet, and maybe he won't show for this one. I'd love to have Ben here, but I don't want to trigger him either, but the top 10 Christmas songs. And this list, it makes sense, but of course it's wildly different than my opinion list, and it's actually wildly different than the one I did by the numbers as well. Some of the songs are they're probably all about the same. Some of them are in the same spots. I didn't do my homework to see which ones are which, but let's look at it here. And number 1, All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. There's no surprise there. Santa Claus Is Coming to Town by Frank Sinatra's number 2. Last Christmas by Wham. Jingle Bell Rock, Bobby Helms at 4. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Judy Garland at 5. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee. The Christmas Song, Nat King Cole. It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Andy Williams. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at 9 by Gene Autry, and also Gene Autry at Frosty the Snowman. So, Yeah, not a bad list. Not a bad list. Yeah, so Mariah's at number one. She's going to be at number one on all the Christmas songs lists from here until who knows when. So we're just going to have to live with it. The Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Frank Sinatra at number two was surprising. I have no idea how ChatGPT gave me these lists. I don't know. I have no idea. But cool choice. Wham's always popular. Jingle Bell Rock and Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, both those were surprised on my by the numbers list, especially Jingle Bell Rock. I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, it's, those were a surprise. The others seemed, Gene Autry making it twice was kind of cool, even though it was, 9 and 10, still to be the top 10 twice is very cool. Of course, Andy Williams is always good. Yeah. 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 CJ, Silent Night didn't make my numbers list either. It's just, the song is, one of the oldest that we still sing, if not the oldest we still sing. But it just doesn't, it's just not, it holds a special place, but as far as like airplay, radio play, streaming play, and all that, it just does not get the traction that some of these other songs do. I'm not sure why that is. It's a great song, but I'm not sure. It should be there, and this could be because it was by artist. Maybe if I worded it different to where it was just songs without artist, it may be there. Aha, there's Ben. So yeah, well, Ben, we panic when you're not around. So I'm glad you put me at ease. Thanks for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. But I just didn't want to trigger you and send you to the rest of the week. All triggered up by Mariah Carey. So, but yeah, it's a solid list. The only one I think that's just a little bit out is that Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Frank Sinatra. I love it. And Frank belongs on this here somewhere, but I think his version of Jingle Bells is more memorable. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want, if you had to pick Frank Sinatra's Jingle Bells or Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which would you pick? I'll pick Jingle Bells myself. I just love the spelling of Jingle Bells in that song. It's just so catchy and rememberable. So, but it says ChatGPT hold a kindergarten class for this list. But there's some decent ones. Yeah, I get it, man. It's what's the line from Jingle Bells, definitely. What's the line from Christmas Vacation? It's like I want to call OpenAI and say, I hope you kids see what a pathetic waste of resources this was. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no Burl Lives. So this bringing up Christmas music again, kind of brings up my 101 essential Christmas songs list that I'm still trying to mull over in my mind on how to do that. I may have to call on some of you guys for like a big Zoom meeting on how and hash it out on the direction I should go, because I got so many different directions I can take that thing. I just don't know how to do it quite yet, and would like some of you guys' opinion on that. But yeah, so but yeah, Holly Jolly. Yeah, Sean, Holly Jolly is definitely a must. Burl Ives Holly Jolly is one of those that is just, as soon as you hear it, it's like it's like the Christmas feels start deep within inside and then just like explode outworld. So, Ben, Dean Martin, Marshmallow World. I'm not sure if I know who this Mr. Martin guy is or this song, Ben. I'm unfamiliar with him. I'll have to check him out. Is he a new artist? Was he that guy that was opening for Dua Lipa the other day? So, but Ben's always up for a good Dean Martin Marshmallow World. So, how many times a day you listen to that song, Ben? Do you listen every day? Because here's what I'm thinking: you really love that song, and I think you should listen to it like every day, and raise money for charity. Be like, I'm gonna listen to it every day, and for every day I listen to it, some people got to donate money or something. I think that would be fantastic. But I was fortunate enough to get my first Dean Martin Christmas vinyl this year, so that was very, very exciting. And it was actually the first vinyl I spun in December for Christmas music. So, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta save those for that time of year. I do the same thing. My favorites like that, I just save for that time of the year. I may grab them like once or so in the summer, but I don't want them to lose their specialness, So should make that my alarm clock. Well, that's a good. Making any song your alarm clock will be a great way to ensure that you will always hate that song. Trust me, I know. So here's the question we all really want to know about ChatGPT or Christmas GPT. What is Christmas all about? This is kind of one of those things that, and I worded this especially, from the Peanuts, well, I'll tell you what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown, just to see what ChatGPT has to say. And this question was probably the most surprising out of all of them. I was thoroughly pleased. It says Christmas is a holiday celebrated around the world in December to commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ. It's a time of joy and celebration with activities such as decorating houses, exchanging gifts, singing carols, and attending church services. Christmas is also a time where people reflect on the values of peace, love, joy, and hope, and spend time with family and friends. Winner, winner, chicken dinner here. That's exactly, especially that last part. Well, all of it is, but really nailed the sentiment on that last part. A celebration or a time to reflect on the values of peace, love, joy, and hope. Yeah. Well said, well put. It gave the history of, what Christmas is. It's the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, and people decorate houses and exchange gifts and carols, they attend church services, but he really get it. I'm calling the AI ChatGPT really nailed this one. It's like, it's a time to reflect on values of peace, love, joy, and hope, and spend time with families and friends. Yeah, computer did say go to church. So, yeah, it did. So, yeah, but yeah, I was surprised. I figured it would give a little bit more PC of an answer, a little bit cleaner, not cleaner, but just a little bit more, parsing of the words, but it really nailed it. This is the answer I want to hold on to. I'm probably going to use this, especially the line, reflecting on those values of peace, love, joy, and hope. And this is going to be a little bit shorter episode than normal, but before we go, I just want to remind everybody, February is about over. coming into March. You know, the weather will be changing. Spring will be springing, hopefully, you know, before too long. But the time after Christmas, January, February, it's a little tough. Past couple ones have been a little tough on me personally. Just kind of, just that blah Christmas blues feeling, which we talked about a little bit last time. But, you know, this late February day, if you're listening to this soon after it releases, just take a moment and, like ChatGPT says, you know, reflect on those values of peace, love, joy, and hope. You know, in the, you know, the times when, you know, you kind of miss Christmas, or you kind of got that you know, blues from the season, you know, not having enough sunlight around. Sometimes just taking a little time to reflect on those things is all we can do. And it's like Sean says, soon we'll be marching into Christmas. So, but guys, thanks for joining me so much on this episode of Christmas Clatter. I know it's a little shorter one, but I just wanted to, you know, poke my head out of the groundhog hole and say I'm still here. Still, Christmas Clatter still going. Just getting this break in. We'll be back in March, probably the middle or late March. Definitely after St. Patrick's Day, and with an episode. Not sure what it'll be about, but there'll be an episode. And in April, we'll be hitting the Hallmark ornaments. Hopefully start having some guests again soon. And I need to tease this real quick. In May and into June, there's going to be, I think it's going to be about 4 weeks special YouTube only. There's going to be some live streams, YouTube only. It won't be here on the podcast if you're listening to it, just on YouTube. Of course, if you can't be there live, the replays will be available. And it's something I had talked about at the end of last season. And it's going to be a live stream series. And it's going to be called Christmas Clatter Creates. So if you want to get that creative juices flowing, join us. We're going to be having guests that are specialists in their creative fields. Artists, photographers, authors, you know, that kind of thing. And they're going to teach us how to start that stuff. So, thanks, Tammy. You guys there at Callister's Christmas. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for being here. See you guys on Instagram all the time. Still popping those Christmas ornaments up. I'll just fills my Instagram feed up with Christmas. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. Need to have you guys back on too. Missed having you this past Christmas. So, but guys, until next time, remember, keep Christmas hope alive every day. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here as a part of the live recording. I got a few questions back here to get to. Yeah, Dwayne, I know you guys got hit hard. Yeah, man. I hope you guys are doing okay there. So, yeah, for those that need a little PTV this week, they got Life with Ben tomorrow. So that's always fun. There was Sean had a question up here. Yeah, here's what I was looking for. What Christmas song can you listen to every day without losing its magic? Ooh, boy. I do not know. I don't know if I can listen to any song every day. Trying to think of the songs I listen to the most. Well, there's a few songs I spin quite a bit and still don't get tired of them. I think my family has, but I haven't. Not Christmas songs. I'm a big No Scrubs fan by TLC. I spin that song on quite a bit. Man, I don't get tired of it. but that's not Christmas. I'm going to have to go Donny Hathaway. I listen to that thing a lot, and I don't get tired of it. That's my number one song. I'll go this Christmas. Donny Hathaway would be my answer on that one. So let's see here. But yeah, 6 weeks from the Dream Book. Yeah, I need to get on and make sure I think I re-up my Keepsake Ornament Club box. I believe I did. But I need to get on there as soon as we're done. Make sure I did, because I'd hate to miss that. Santa didn't make it. What did I miss something? Oh, but what about Santa? Yeah, I thought about that, and it's like, I think they're exchanging a gift, because there was, I asked what Christmas was all about. Santa's more of a stable traditionist Christmas, more than, when it's all about, that's like a meaning type of thing, whereas Santa's more of a tradition, Santa didn't make the list, unfortunately. Yeah, so, yeah. Can you see the ground? Where's there? Oh, man. Yep. Me, CJ, and Anthony are the Hallmark Dream Boats. And we get together on Totally Rad Christmas to go over Hallmark ornaments. And I think we also do the new releases for Tis the Podcast for their Patreon episodes. So we'll definitely be doing that again this year. Jerry Davula is the one that titled us the Hallmark Dream Boats, or Dream Boys. Yeah, Dream Boys. I think I can't even remember. My mind's gone completely blank on that one, CJ. And yeah. Art saying he can listen to Vince Guaraldi's Peanuts album, Christmas album. Yeah, that's a given too. That thing is fantastic. It can just absolutely just keep going on and on and on and on and on. So, guys, yeah, Christmas jazz is the best. Guys, I really appreciate you guys hopping on here. I know it's been a little bit shorter of a live stream than normal. I just kind of wanted to, like I said, touch base with you. If you don't mind, please make sure you hit that like button before we end. That really helps. The way YouTube works is, YouTube watches YouTube keeps track of the videos that you watch and keeps track of the videos that you hit the thumbs up on. And so what it does is it makes correlations between the videos you watch and you like and the videos that somebody else watches and likes. And they say, hey, these two people kind of like the same stuff. So they start suggesting, let's say there's a channel Ben really likes, but Ken's not watching it and their profiles are similar. Then Ken will be suggested that channel just because Ben watches it and likes it, and vice versa. So that's why the subscribe, the likes, the notification bells are important. It's it's to help other people that are like-minded and they're YouTube watching find this channel, because you enjoy it, they'll be able to find it. So yeah, Dream Boats is accurate. Yeah. So I might have to change it to Dream Boats. But yeah, it's, if you ever watch a video, that's kind of a little bit different than the ones that you normally do, then your feed's full, and, of that kind of video. So that's why the likes are so important. It just really helps. And guys, I'll be around. I took a little bit of break from the social medias just to kind of stay away from it. No real reason, just didn't really have much to say. Didn't want to, have to keep up with it all the time. It's good to take a little bit of break, a little bit of vacation. I'm on it, man. I'm on it. Too bad I couldn't use the Hallmark logo on there, but that would be hilarious. So, yeah, if you guys ever need anything from me, feel free to hit me up on the direct messengers or email address, todd@christmasclatter.com. Be happy to hear from you. And thank you again, guys, so much for being a part of Christmas Clatter. We will be back next month. I'm about to say that unless I do a surprise something, but I don't want to tease it and then not do it. So if it's going to be a surprise one, it's going to be a surprise one. But yeah, we'll be back next month and be after St. Patrick's Day sometime on a Wednesday night again. And Dwayne, all the best to you. Thoughts and prayers to you guys after all that mess. Hopefully you guys can get it taken care of in a hurry. So yeah, Dan, see you guys in March. And then once March episode's over, we go from a walk to a jog to a run to a sprint to Christmas of 2023. So till I see you guys again, keep Christmas hope alive every day.